Well, good news. Lambing is now officially finished, and it did not end on a great note. Good Wednesday morning. I'm pretty sure I saw a lamb in my Nest camera from the comfort of my bed. So I'm gonna run in and go see if we have a lamb. Apparently I did not need to induce her because inducing does not work that quick. Why, hello. That's a big lammy. And then there was one. Maybe. I'm gonna just put her in the lambing pen and see if she's got another one. I would say not, because that's a huge lamb. That is a really big lamb. That's a big lamb, holy moly. You did it all by yourself. Good. Okay, I just checked mom, and no more babies. This lamb is huge. I don't even know if you can get the full feeling of how big this lamb is. It's a really tall lamb, and she's got really good milk, so he will do very well. Do we know the verdict? Are you pregnant? We will know by 8 o'clock tomorrow night if you are pregnant. Because I induced her, and she doesn't land by tomorrow night at 8 o'clock because it's 36 to 48 hours, then she's not pregnant. This is the one that I'm just still not sure. She kind of is acting pregnant, if I had my guess. But we will see. Good morning. Good morning. Have you found it? Do I need to do this? So I have been feeding this little one a bottle because these guys are kind of bullies and it's really little. So I think it knows where it is, but we've been doing this, haven't we? Yes. Come on. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Oh crap, I've got bush light in the background. Guys, something pretty cool just happened, and I want to share it with you because you guys made it happen. Can you see right there? I can't believe it. I made 100,000 subscribers. 100,000 subscribers. That's a lot of zeros for a farmer to not ask for a loan. A lot of zeros that didn't come from a bank that we have to pay interest on. I'm just... It's been a journey, right? And there's a few people I'd love to share this with, and I can't. It's just a number, and you know, everything you read, they say don't get too caught up on likes and retweets and all the things, right? But with YouTube, with subscribers, it's a little bit different. For me, it's like 100,000 people are invested. That's pretty sweet. So thank you guys for tuning in. I'm not gonna lie, it does add a lot of time to the day, but what I've figured out in this journey is it's been a really good tool for me mentally. I've been able to really hone in on some it's a creative outlet, it's a creative release, and it's something that I ignored for a lot of years in my life. I just worked and worked and worked and worked and tried to climb this invisible ladder that I think we give ourselves. So this has been amazing. It's been a form of journaling for me. It's been literally, I'm writing a book through video instead of on paper, and it's been healing. It's been challenging. I think the magic of YouTube is you have to figure out a way to provide value with honesty and authenticity. You guys, 100,000 subscribers. I'm blown away. I'm humbled. I actually do not love looking at myself in here every day. But what I've found in this process is this uncomfortable feeling of, you know, looking at my face every day and hearing my voice for hours is I'm beginning to be comfortable with her, with me. And I've always been a big proponent if we loved ourselves as much as the people who love us do, like our friends or our family. If we can be comfortable as they are with us, with this, then I think we become better humans. And I think that's where I'm at now. This journey I'm never gonna take myself too seriously, but I have come to be really good friends with this person, with me. And I can thank YouTube for that and this whole process for that. I'm gonna just finish my coffee and finish editing yesterday's vlog, which I'm doing right now for you guys. Hopefully have this up for noon. And I just thank you guys. Thank you so much for this. It's just a number to you guys, but for me, it's amazing, and I'm so grateful. So thank you. Well, good news. Lambing is now officially finished, and it did not end on a great note. This ewe that I was like, is she pregnant? Is she not pregnant? Mark was out here with a friend, and he texted me. I just said run in for lunch, and he called me and said, you better come look at this ewe. I don't like the way her discharge looks, and she's straining and nothing's coming out. So I ran out, and I got her in this pen, and I checked her, and the lamb was coming out backwards, but I didn't feel movement. And if you don't feel movement, then it's not alive. So I pulled it out, and sure enough, it's another deformed lamb. So that's another exact same curve of the spine, kind of bent legs. So yeah, kind of not the ending to a very long lambing group. But you know what? We've had a lot of beautiful, perfect lambs who are doing really, really well. There's been a few little heartaches, but for the most part, I'm pretty happy with the results. The weather has gone really, really bad. I think what I'll do this afternoon is organize these ewes that I weaned in November. I'm gonna run them through this afternoon and pull out any that I marked. I spent most of the morning just going through their records and seeing how they weaned, what performance they had. I'm gonna talk to my vet. I am wondering, between that September group and this group, what I found with the September group, if you remember, I had quite a few stillborns and early abortions with that group, and I got them tested, and they couldn't find anything wrong with those lambs. I am gonna go back. I think what they found was some crazy things on the liver, maybe. I'm gonna ask Rex if this would have anything to do with this Cache Valley virus, if maybe it hit them in the very, very last part of their pregnancy, the same time as it hit these girls when they were just nicely a couple months pregnant. So I'm just gonna talk to him about, is there any correlation between what I'm seeing now as to that September group? Because what I found with my records, this is why records are so important, whether you look at them right away or later. But for me, I'm so glad I looked at it now because I'm dealing with this stuff right now.
I have mortality after I wean those lambs. Like, I don't see anything wrong with them. I would walk in one day and there'd be a dead lamb. And when you only have one every so often, you don't actually tally it all up. But when you go and do an actual flock report of the whole group together, I had way more than there should have been for a small lambing group. So it's just something that I want to talk to my vet about. I will keep you guys posted as to what we talk about and maybe some answers to what we're seeing. But yeah, this lady's in shock. I'm gonna give her a painkiller and some water and some time, and she'll be okay probably. It wasn't a hard pull, but I don't know how long she's been straining. She didn't look great this morning. She kind of looked like depressed. So that lamb might have just been, she might have been in labor through the night and I just didn't really notice. This one's doing good though. So yeah, we'll take some wins and we'll take some losses. That's kind of the name of the game with this business. Are you coming? She loves that ewe. I had a dentist appointment this afternoon, which is rando. Anyway, I do have a little tiny little list of cull ewes to look at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that just had some questionable records associated with them. So I'm going to run that group through. And what else I'll do is I'll check for any lumps on the udder, any compromised teeth, so anything with like a hard center inner teeth. Today will be mostly evaluation of the udder. I'm gonna get that set up right now and I'll bring you along. So just like yesterday in the barn across the road, I have the same kind of handling system in here. They're just bigger and they don't turn around, which is nice. But same kind of thing. Here's a crowding, like a crowding tub. And I've got some kind of waiting to come in, and then the rest are in the pen. And again, I only take up as many as I can push. The dog was actually really good. One of you guys watches my channel and has been so understanding about how I haven't trained my dog and the reasons why I haven't trained her. And she just gave me a couple really good pointers with her. And she listened really good. So this is where she falls apart though, is in and around the handling system. So I have to, Kinsey, come here, come. That's a girl. Come here, come. Good girl. So I'm trying to not lose my you know what with her, because that's what I do. And then she gets super excited. So I'm trying to like be chill with her. Right? Good girl. You were really good. Anyway, she was a lot better than she usually is. I even got her to come in the pen. Usually she just goes up and down the manger. So, baby steps, eh? Come, come. Good girl. Good girl. I'm not a trainer, but we're gonna try. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna get the session up on my Gallagher. I take the scanner and scan their ear tag, and then I'll do their udder evaluation and either pick more to get shipped, and if I don't see any, which I will, then I'll just go through this list. All right, so I'll kind of show you. I'll try to show you. It's hard to do with one hand. Okay, so what I do is I basically just palpate her udder. Oh, she's got a terrible one right away. So it's just a big hard lump. That's her udder. So she is done, which is a shame, because this is a 2018 ewe lamb. So she's only lambed once. So that's terrible. So now what I'll do is I'll take some spray paint and I'll put an X on her back, because I'm going to ship her, but I don't want another producer to buy her and use her. It will go through the sales barn, but I don't want a producer to take it home, because if it's not producing for me, it's not going to produce for someone else. And then I'll go through and do the same thing to all these and then record it. Okay, so there's only 10 out of all that. So I have them just separated in this pen. It's the one closest to the handling facility. So I'm just getting ready tonight, getting it all set up, so in the morning I'm hoping I can just load by myself. That's kind of the goal. So I'm gonna get everything loaded so I can just back up the trailer in the morning and load them, put them in the front of the trailer, go across the road, and get those 9 market lambs, and they can go in the back of the trailer. I'm all ready for the morning. I'll back up the trailer here. I have a portion of my old handling system, so this I find just works the best when the ewes come around, and they just seem to follow better if there's a curve. So I kind of learned this the hard way, but they load up real nice. We'll see in the morning if you can prove me wrong or not, and I'll just back up the trailer here and hopefully load up those 10 ewes in the morning. It's a month yesterday that we started lambing, and these guys are already, these are the first ones that were born, and you can see how much they grow in a month. They're doing really well. Even the bottle babies are doing really well. These are the first ones, obviously. These are the youngest ones, and of course those are the ones kind of in the middle. This whole first pen was basically December 7th to about December 12th. So this is about in 5 days. There's 29 in this pen and their babies. And then this is the pen that I started when I was going to Ohio. So that would have been like December 12th, December 13th. The third group that lambed, they started lambing Christmas Eve. So it's kind of the 3 different segments of when they were born. It just makes it easier if you can keep them separated based on age for the logistics of, you know, weaning dates and really getting the most out of these ewes, because we put a lot of time and money and energy into feeding these guys so they become good moms for their babies. They look really good. I know I've been kind of happy, sad, baby brain. Well, I've been baby brain pretty much the whole time. There's been good days, there's been a few bad days, but for the most part, I've been really happy with this group. I don't have the final tally on how many stillborns and how many have maybe passed in the first couple days, but total, I've had 288 lambs. I had tags for 300, so I was pretty close. 288 lambs out of 129 ewes. I think that's what it was. So I think my mass is 2.2, which has been almost from the get-go, which is cool. That means the whole group was pretty uniform. I'll keep you updated as to like twins, triplets, quads, all that stuff once I can sit down and have a day just doing paperwork. Tomorrow morning I'm gonna get up early. I'll bring you guys with me. We're gonna load up the cull ewes, we're gonna load up the lambs, we're gonna go up to Brussels, drop those off, and then I have a surprise tomorrow. I have something coming, so I will keep you posted. Thank you so much, you guys, for subscribing and for liking this video and just commenting and supporting me everywhere, on Instagram, on here. It is like, I'm blown away today for being the last day of lambing and hitting 100,000 subscribers has been really surreal. I've been a mess. I'm gonna be honest, I've been a mess all day. I'm just so grateful. I wouldn't be doing this if you guys weren't invested. Thank you guys.